What's up, guys? So today we got a little bit different of a video for you. We're actually going to go to the racetrack. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I do to get ready for just a normal race week and not just a big race weekend like the last race vlog. And we're just going to go through some stuff. I'm actually going to be doing some work to the car too, so I'm going to show you little bits and pieces, not full things, because you've already seen what I'm going to do on this car. So anyway, let's get into it, and then let's have some fun at the racetrack. You've seen me work on this 4-Tec before. You've seen me do a lot of stuff. There's a few things that I have noticed that I want to talk about real quick just from racing this vehicle. The screw that is on the top of the screw that's on top of the caster block, it's not long enough. So it has a 3x10 in it. You can put a 3x12 in it and it will still grip. I've pulled out 4 of them and stripped out the caster block. One of them I actually hit the wall. All I was doing was steering, and I caught the wall like this. It was enough that from the force, and it was a scrub, but it was a little hard of a scrub. It actually snapped the bottom of the caster block and snapped the screw. So the bottom down here where this screw goes into is actually split in two. And it literally snapped the top screw, and my wheel was sitting up here. So I think I showed you that picture in last week's video. And then the rear diff is leaking, even though it's tight. So I'm going to pull that apart. We're actually going to be pulling the diffs out of this anyway. So I'm going to be putting in not diff grease, not diff fluid, graphite powder. So the new track layout is incredibly tight. The turns are like one after another, super tight, narrow lanes. So I want as much rotation as I can get. I'm going to try this. This was an old trick I did on a really tight oval track I ran with the B-Mod. And we put just graphite powder in the rear diff to get the rear end to turn. I'm going to put it front and rear on this one because this will still keep it from overheating, but it will make it to where it's basically a free diff. Oh, one other thing. If you're racing on carpet, make sure that you pull your carpet fuzz and fibers out of your motor. You don't want your motor to overheat from this stuff. Always do your balance lead first, then your plug lead. Grab your LiPo safety bag, toss them in there. We're just going to start getting into this rear diff. The only thing I haven't done to this since I started racing is the diffs. I have rebuilt the shocks already. With the same stuff, just had to rebuild them because Traxxas shocks leak. So, gotta get the leakies out. Also, there is one other thing I wanted to show you that I did get from back order. It's the J Concepts ride height and camber gauge. Guys, if you don't have these, pick them up. They're expensive, but they are well worth it. These things are awesome. Alright, now when you're doing a diff, obviously like I've said in my previous videos, you want to have paper towel handy. Unfortunately, we're out of paper towel at the moment, so I grabbed what I'm pretty sure is the cheapest towel that we own. If it's not, well, I'm sure I'll find out when my wife sees all the black grease on here. Pretty sure it's pretty cheap though. I know not to use anything that says Kate Spade on it, so I know those ones are let's take a look here at our diff. As you can tell, we've got carpet fibers in here. We've got carpet fibers all over this outdrive and stuck into the bearing. Yeah, we need to start scraping at that. That's ridiculous. Ah, there's our leak. Internal O-ring split. It's a good thing we're not putting fluid back in this. Now I gotta do the same for the front. Back already has too many screws. Front has even more. Now you may be thinking, you know, if you're going to a regular race, do you take all the stuff that you did when you were at the big race, the big weekend race? And my answer to that is yes. The only thing I'm not taking is like a table and stuff because there's already tables there. So I don't need tables or chairs or anything like that. But I do need to take all of this. So I've got my car, which has the new caddy body on here because it has a lot more downforce. It does hug the track and drive better than the Camaro body. You do have to have this because it's at an armory. They want their tables to not get tired up on them, so you do have to take a rubber mat or a pit mat. Of course, I'm going to take my tripod, LiPo bag with batteries, and then I've got all my fluids. Everything that you normally see on the channel is all in here. Tools, everything, extension cord, my SXT 3.0 tire dope, because that's what we have run on the CRC black carpet. So all that stuff. All right, we are here at the Superior, Wisconsin National Guard Armory building. So we're our indoor track is at, and we're going to get some racing done. It is currently 5 degrees with a wind chill of minus 15. So weirdly enough, though, that is a warm-up. It was minus 50 wind chill just 36 hours ago. Yeah, it's cold here. Let's get inside where it's warm, shall we? All right, so it is 7 a.m. We're in the car, ready to go. We got the 4-Tec extra body and even the Pro 2 SC10 ready to go for oval. Today is carpet oval, so that's different. We'll see how this goes. I've got them set up with the left front full droop, right rear is kind of captured, and the right rears are really tight spring-wise, so should be okay. And then, the left side of the car is cambered out, and the right side of the car is cambered in, so should be enough to keep the tires flat under speed. So I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll find out, right? Should get some video today, hopefully. Slipped my mind Thursday. Thursday wasn't bad. Got third in the first qual. Somehow I got fourth in the second qualifier, even though broken out drive cup to the left rear, so it was just like not having it. Every time I turned left, it just wanted to spin out. So that was interesting. In the main, I started in 10th, held back, dropped back to 12th and 13th. Yeah, we had 13 cars on an 80-foot track, so that was a blast. But yeah, I fell back to 12th. The guy who was in 11th, he fell back to 13th. We just kind of sat back, waited for everybody to crash in the first two corners, and then we took off. Worked my way up to 6th place, so I was 2 laps down from the lead. But I mean, considering where I started at and the fact that everybody was, it was a demo derby. It was the most chaotic thing I've ever seen in my life. But so it happens we have 13 cars on a track that's spec'd for 8. I was happy. I finished the race, got 6th place. It wasn't horrible. It was in the A main, so granted they were all in the A main, but could have been worse. There was 2 other guys who left early, so could have been 15 cars. That would have been awful. Anyway, let's get on the road and let's head out. It is currently 22 degrees, so it's 50 degrees warmer than it was 4 days ago, and the wind chill is only like 12 degrees instead of minus 50, so can't beat that at all. It's a little bit snowy. Did get about a ½ inch of snow last night on top of the already 6-7 inches we already got, but it's been really dry up here, so I haven't had a lot of snow. Definitely better than 2 years ago when we got 12 feet. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up, put the phone down, and we'll get going.